January 9th, 2007. In a glass boardroom in Waterloo, Canada, two men are watching a live stream from California. On stage, Steve Jobs lifts up a slab of glass with no buttons on it. One of the men leans back in his chair and says 4 words. "It's okay. We'll be fine." And you have to understand, this man is not delusional. He runs the most powerful phone company on Earth. In America, nearly 1 out of every 2 smartphones sold carries his logo, 43% of the entire market. His device is so addictive that people call it the CrackBerry. The President of the United States is about to fight his own Secret Service just to keep using one. So when he says, "We'll be fine," he has every reason to believe it. He is also, at that exact moment, watching his company die, and it will take just 6 years for that 43% to fall all the way to 0. This is the story of the smartphone king who was killed by the screen he laughed at. To feel how far they fell, you have to see how high they climbed. It starts in 1984 in Waterloo, Ontario, a quiet university town 2 hours west of Toronto. A 23-year-old engineering student named Mike Lazaridis walks out of school to start a company with a name that sounds like a physics exam: Research in Motion. For years, nothing about them says empire. They build the boring stuff: barcode readers, modems, pagers. But Lazaridis has one obsession he can't shake: email, not chained to a desk, in your pocket. In 1999, they ship it, the BlackBerry. A little black brick with a keyboard your thumbs could sprint across, and one thing nobody else had cracked: secure, instant, always-on corporate mail. Here's the part everyone forgets. BlackBerry didn't win you over first. It won your company over first. It won the one person in every building who says yes or no to technology, the head of IT. Lock down the email, encrypt everything, route it through your own servers, and suddenly every bank, every law firm, every government agency runs on BlackBerry. And once the boss has one, everyone wants one. By the mid-2000s, BlackBerry isn't a gadget anymore, it's a status symbol. Wall Street runs on it. Washington runs on it. When Barack Obama wins the White House in 2008, the Secret Service tells him he has to give his BlackBerry up. Too insecure for a president. He refuses. They cut him a special deal so he can keep it. Think about what that means. The most protected person alive would rather bend the rules than put his BlackBerry down. And the numbers are just as unreal. In June 2008, the stock hits an all-time high of $147 a share. The company is worth around $83 billion. At its peak, 85 million people are paying every month for that little keyboard. And every one of them is locked in. Your email, your contacts, your messages, your addiction, all wrapped around that keyboard and that security. It looks like the most unbreakable moat in technology. It's about to become the walls of a prison. Rewind to that January morning in 2007. When Steve Jobs finishes his demo, the men who run BlackBerry aren't panicking. They're relieved, because they look at the iPhone and they see a list of everything wrong with it. No keyboard. You have to type on glass. A battery that dies in a day. Security a bank would never trust. And it hammers the cellular network so hard, the carriers hate it. Lazaridis studies it and says, "These guys are really, really good. This is different." But his partner, Jim Balsillie, waves it off. "It's just one more entrant," he says, "into an already very busy space." And here's the trap. For their customer, they were right. For the IT director, the iPhone in 2007 was a toy. But BlackBerry made one catastrophic misread. They thought they were selling a secure email machine. Apple understood they were selling something else entirely. A pocket computer that ran apps, played music, and showed the whole internet. The keyboard wasn't the product anymore. The screen was. And BlackBerry had bet everything on the keyboard. By 2008, the panic finally lands. BlackBerry does the one thing it swore it never would. It builds a touchscreen. They call it the Storm. They hand it to Verizon, and they aim it straight at the iPhone. But they can't let go of the keyboard, so they invent a bizarre compromise, an entire screen that physically clicks down when you press it. It's rushed, it's buggy, it's slow. Reviewers don't just dislike the Storm, they savage it. And it does something worse than fail. It tells the world that BlackBerry, the company that owned mobile, has no idea how to make a modern phone. Then Apple opens the App Store. Google hands out Android for free to every other manufacturer on Earth, and the ground simply shifts. In 2011, BlackBerry answers with a tablet, the Playbook, and it ships without the one thing BlackBerry is famous for. It can't even do email on its own. The company that defined mobile email forgot to put email on its own device. That's not bad luck. That's a company that has lost the plot. Now the collapse stops being slow. The customers who felt trapped behind that keyboard discover the exit, and they run for it. Every quarter, another wave leaves for an iPhone or an Android. In 2012, the two founders stepped down. In January 2013, BlackBerry makes its last real stand, a brand new all-touch operating system called BB10. It's genuinely good. It's also years too late, launching into a world Apple and Google have already carved up between them. That same year, the company is bleeding roughly $1 billion every 3 months and cutting thousands of jobs. And that market share, the 43% of America, the 20% of the entire planet, doesn't just shrink, it evaporates. It falls past 30, past 20, past 10, past 1, all the way down to 0. In September 2016, BlackBerry announces it will never build another phone of its own. It licenses its own name to a company in China and walks away from hardware forever. 43% to nothing in the time it takes to renew a phone contract. So, who killed BlackBerry? It's tempting to say Steve Jobs, but look closer. The thing that killed BlackBerry is the very same thing that built it. The keyboard that made typing effortless is what made them refuse a full touchscreen. The security that won over every IT department is what made them dismiss a phone built for everyone else. The 85 million locked-in customers are exactly why they couldn't imagine those customers ever leaving. Every single strength turned into a blind spot. That's the trap that catches the greatest companies. Not laziness, not stupidity, but success. They were so good at winning yesterday's game that they never noticed someone had changed the rules. BlackBerry still exists today, quietly, as a software and security company you've probably never thought about. But the phone, the CrackBerry, the one the president wouldn't put down, is gone. And it leaves you with one uncomfortable question. When the ground shifts under your own feet, will you feel it? Or will you lean back in your chair, look at the thing that's about to end you, and say, "We'll be fine"?